What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Seth.
And we are getting the countdown to the big game. Everything is right in front of us now. And we're going to lose out on football for another 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're going to keep on the happy. We have the Super Bowl coming up this weekend. We finally have a game we had to skip. That sucked. I think that's what makes knowing that football's about to end suck so bad, is this weekend sucked. Like, no football on Sunday, no college football. Like, we've already kind of not had
this year,
and it was terrible. I watched it. I watched the flag football game.
Is it better when it's
fun.
The Mannings?
No, it was fun. It's still not. The problem is, it's like trying to have a boxing, like, all-star game. How are you going to do that?
If you don't have the All-Stars.
Well, it's not even just that. Like, are you really about to have,
and they're really
Joe Frazier and Ali fight each other for 5 minutes, and then have Ali and Foreman fight for 5 minutes, and then have Foreman and, like...
You mean because that's switching people out?
No, when you have two teams, so you have the AFC and the NFC.
Okay.
They can't really play each other.
Why can't they?
Because I'm not getting my knees snapped in half for a pickup game.
Oh, well, that's why they're playing flag.
But that's why nobody cares, because what we like about football is the physicality.
Yes, but I think I like flag football. They look like they're having fun. And sometimes with flag football, you see the athletics in a different way. So you see...
Yeah, but it's still not what people... Like, the idea of the All-Star game is because... The problem is everybody wants what basketball has. Because you can play all out in basketball in an All-Star game and it not be that big a deal. So you can get two superstar teams to play all out and have a fun game. How fun is a Ray Lewis in the backfield if Ray Lewis can't hit anybody? How fun is Fred Warner if Fred Warner can't hit anybody?
I got you.
Like, it
so you
kind of...
think they should bring back tackling?
Yeah, but nobody's gonna hit the way you'd want to, so it's still... We can clearly stay, y'all. We can...
So you think it's better not to have anything?
I think we're getting to the point where there's not gonna be a Pro Bowl. I really do.
I used to like the little competitions they had, like the throwing and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't watch it.
They need to go back to the 90s.
I didn't watch it all.
The problem is they're trying to get too fancy, and they keep trying to
90s,
come up with these. Well, I'm not even talking about the 90s games. I'm talking about the 90s. They did what was one? They did the bench press was a competition. They did the farthest throw. They had an accuracy contest. They had a running back speed drill. Yeah. Like, they had real games that pertain to real things that players do.
The last one was like that though too. When they had to see how strong the linemen were. And
yeah,
stuff
but
like
then
that.
you had the water balloon
had the
toss, and you had the weird one where they had to jump through the weird
but
thing.
They had like the quarterback where you could actually see how accurate the quarterback
and
was.
I think those things were fun, and I think that they need to bring those. Like, they keep trying to put these gimmicky games in
because they needed, but they needed stuff for everybody. So they had the ones for the big boys. They had one for defense.
You have kicker games. You have quarterback. But some of these gimmicky, like, oh, let's have them thermometer. Like, nobody wants to see that.
I don't know. I always because the last two I thought it felt like field day when I was in school.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that, and they look like they were genuinely having fun, which is always good to me. But that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of field day in elementary.
The dodgeball game's fun. That's the thing. The dodgeball game's almost more fun than the flag football game.
Yeah.
I just wish that they put the Pro Bowl back after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Then you can have people who actually...
I feel they play better.
Yeah, they play more. They'll be a little more because
there's no season. I'm not as worried about it.
Yeah, the season's over. This is the last game of the season.
Had a couple weeks. A lot of people had a couple of weeks to.
The winner of the Super Bowl would show up, and the loser, a lot of them, someone would show up, but a lot of them wouldn't show up.
Yeah, a lot of losers didn't show up.
Well, and then you got guys from the week,
and then you got guys that got hurt in the playoffs to now get a little bit of rest. You got guys that aren't going to play because I just played a week ago. Well, I'm still kind of hurt.
I get that, but they did it because it's like that empty week.
And then it was also because it was in Hawaii.
It was there, and
it was actually a vacation too.
Yeah.
Your family actually got to enjoy it.
Would they know? They said yes
because they want to go to Hawaii. More and more people are not going because it's just Orlando. I can go there all the time.
Florida, yeah.
When they went to Hawaii, less people turned it down.
I wouldn't even care if you said the Virgin Islands.
Yeah,
like it's still U.S. territory, still nice beach. Like, just make it work.
And that's gonna get people to want to come. Like, I
can see that.
Yeah, nobody's white is turning it down.
Make it to be somewhere Hawaii. Like you're indoors, but they used to love the part that it was warm. You can still play outside.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how the Pro Bowl goes and whether it stays around. I've been hearing a lot of talk about, like, just exit. This is terrible. But we're going to go ahead and get into the Super Bowl on Saturday when we get making our picks because, right up beforehand. Make sure we have all the injury information, everything you can think of. But I believe it's either Friday or Saturday, the ESPYs should be getting aired, and we will be getting the NFL honors. We did our before season. We did our mid-season. We probably should have done an end of season, like before the playoffs started. But I believe we were set. So
the same thing with it.
Yeah, you get
doesn't matter about
the
who
one
wins
thing
the
that playoff play starts to influence opinion.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but people that got blown out in the playoffs are going to start to think of them less.
The MVP votes go in week after the season's over.
Yeah, well, yeah. Everybody, but it's before the first set of games.
Mm-hmm.
So the playoffs don't get to. But it doesn't matter for us. This shouldn't matter that much, and we'll still get to put our
Because
picks.
we're probably wrong anyway. So.
Well, on a couple of
You
them.
think some of them?
I think there's a couple of these that are pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But let us start with the award of the night, MVP, Most Valuable Player, otherwise known as the Quarterback Award, because it's always won by a quarterback.
Not always.
It's always won by a quarterback. I'm going Stafford.
Why not just call it the quarterback?
And most people are starting to wonder because it always goes to a quarterback and then offensive player goes to one of the other guys.
Well, I put JSN.
MVP? Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was Stafford. I was on the Rams for a while.
I'm not impressed with Stafford. He's okay.
You're a hater.
Yeah, okay.
You're a hater.
I do hate, but
yeah,
I love to.
But Matthew Stafford definitely put up Pro Bowl or Hall of MVP play. He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which brings us to Offensive Player of the Year.
I have Puka.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
he was the man. I had him for fantasy.
I
He's
definitely-
everywhere.
I definitely think JSN for sure.
You got him for that one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Jackson Smith and Jigba on that too
Okay.
because most people, Cooper Kupp was a Triple Crown winner. Most people forget he's on the team.
Yeah.
And it's because of just how insanely good JSN was.
I mean, I agree that he was really.
But I can't knock that Puka was. I think it's going one of the two of them. I'm picking JSN,
Puka was.
but I could very much see
You
Puka
can
getting it.
make
Some of his catches were insane.
He should not have been able to do what he was doing to people. And then to be able to switch back and forth from jumping over
He'll get
people,
hurt
running
for,
routes on
like,
people,
yeah.
and then just running the ball like a running
He'll get
back.
hurt for like a second, and then he's back to like.
Just physically dominating. It's
Pretty sure Puka missed some games this season.
he did.
Yeah,
I
a
think
game.
I think he was like one or two.
I think it was like it maybe been two, but I think it was just a game.
And he
'Cause I
still put
had
700
him.
yards?
Huh?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
yeah.
He was. Yeah. It's one of those where
Been
which
two. I have to look. I don't remember.
yeah, it's one of those races for an award where whichever one they decide the name, like that's who's getting it. Like,
It's fair. Yes.
that's who's getting it.
Yeah.
But that brings us to probably the easiest one. I think the entire world knows who's winning this award.
What?
Defensive Player of the Year,
Who could you think for
Oh,
that?
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett. I mean,
The
they've known he
season,
was winning
yeah.
the 3 games before he broke the record.
And if you can make Browns look somewhat good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the
Well,
shining star on the Browns.
If I, before this season, put up Brian Burns' numbers, you'd be like, oh, so he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Because you wouldn't even imagine Miles Garrett did what he did this year. Like, that's how good he was.
Yeah.
And towards the end, his teams in the AFC in the North did not want him to get the record until it came to the Bengals. They planned their whole game just to make sure he didn't get the record.
The Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers.
Rodgers,
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
But I mean, he had like 10 sacks in like a 4-game stretch. He was averaging like almost 2.5 games.
I thought he was going to have like 30-something sacks.
I really did too. I thought he was going to blow it out of the water.
But
Because I still don't completely acknowledge because it's, more games than other people had. But, you got to beat that record. Because that's the thing. Strahan technically beat the record in the same amount of
Yeah.
times. So, but yeah, I think Myles Garrett is just like a layup for that award. Which brings us to the rookies. I will say overall, this is probably one of the more lackluster rookie years
This
performances.
is difficult because I think Scatterboo, and even Dart were probably one of the better looking rookies.
And then they got
But
hurt.
it's
They
so
didn't play
hard
the
to
whole year.
see
Yeah.
because the way the season kind of went, and with him getting hurt so early, Scatterboo.
I mean, Shuck, the same thing in New Orleans. But New Orleans is so bad, he still kept losing. So then people don't like to give you that, like, acknowledgement when the team still lost, especially a quarterback.
yeah.
Scatterboo only had, 3 games, and then he got hurt. And it does make it hard. The quarterbacks that played well didn't have good records, so you're usually not going to acknowledge them. And then some of the other ones got hurt. Like I said, Scatterboo got hurt. So then you're really coming down to, I don't know who to give this to.
Name again, Jesus, the Raiders.
Ashton Jeanty.
Jeanty, Jesus, I I thought he looked good, but the Raiders were so terrible.
You
It's
get
hard
like
to kinda
one
see.
highlight every 3 plays. Now the fact that he pulled this highlight off is impressive.
With the Raiders, but like it's
So with that, I think the only player I can think of that I feel like had consistent starting production the entire season is Tedero McMillan from Carolina.
that's what I'm going with. Like I went through a lot.
I'm gonna go with my boy in Tennessee, even though we sucked.
You know, Cam Ward.
He played all 16 games, and he did get better throughout the season. And we would have been way worse if we
Yeah,
didn't.
more than you might as well give it to the Dart.
I feel like DK. Well, he played more games, so I'll
He
give
played
him
all
the
16
abil-
games. He played
yeah,
all 16 games.
Yeah,
the availability
and
thing.
he's- Okay.
But you can't DK.
DK did have the
DK
most,
had a hell of a
he had the
game
most
season.
all-purpose yards in the league to have a total as a rookie. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
It definitely
He's-
makes a case.
He's good. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my pick.
And that brings us to the defensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball, which again, not a huge rookie impact. I cannot usually you have those guys that like everybody's talking about, and I don't feel like anybody really did that defensively this year. Last year I had Christian Gonzalez.
Not really, not rookie wise.
Nah.
But I mean, you gotta give Abdul Carter did pretty well for a rookie. And then the Browns guy.
He finished it at the end of the year. I think if Carter had the end of his year start earlier, I think he would have won it. But I'm definitely going Carson Schlesinger from Cleveland.
I think him too. You think both defenders are going to be from
the Browns defense was phenomenal.
The Browns offense was so bad, but then their defense was so good that I think that definitely is what's going to get the focus. Like they overcame being the Browns to still catch headlines.
Okay.
And especially as a defensive player. And then when you have Myles Garrett playing out there. And then honestly, what's his name? Graham was phenomenal in front of him. But when
their
you got
defense,
playing like that,
they have
a very good, very young defense. They're going to be good for a very long time, at least defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But to have your name be remembered while Myles Garrett is having a historic season,
that's true.
You had to have done some stuff.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean that's kind of where, like I said, I was in the same place. I'm like rookies. I'm sitting there trying to think, and it's like, I mean, they look good, but nobody really, I feel like, outshine
anybody else that much.
No.
That's kind of where I am. But which brings us down to our last award, which I had been thinking about whether we were going to do Walter Man of the Year, but like I don't have tape on them at the soup kitchen. I don't got tape of them at Cancer Research. I don't know who's doing what on that kind of front. So I'm not going to sit here and I'd be basically guessing who I like the most in the NFL and saying that's Walter Payton. So I'm going to leave that one off because I feel like that's disrespectful to the content of that award. But we are going to finish up with Coach of the Year, which there's a lot of candidates that really do have a hell of a shot for this. You want to go ahead and...
I got Kyle Shanahan because the 49ers were like, seriously, it's Band-Aids and paper clips. Like the fact that they ended up being 12-5. They ended up making it. They won the first round in the playoffs to make it to the second. And then they got beat in the second. But to be there, like they didn't have their quarterback, like their top Fred Warner got hurt. Like it just went like every week someone else got hurt, and I'm like,
they didn't have wide receivers. Kittle missed games in the season. Like the only person who was actually on the field most of the season was Christian McCaffrey.
He was never on. It's hilarious.
Which was funny because I wasn't sure about him.
Yeah, we weren't sure about him from last
year.
Yeah, with Achilles tendonitis in both of them.
Purdy coming back, and I'm like, oh, I see you. So like, I think the 49ers, the fact that team, no matter
competitive,
top to bottom, it wasn't just like it was. It just wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Mac Jones had to come in in relief and win a couple games because he had that turf over so long.
Yeah,
so it was.
That has to be coaching.
Yeah, I can definitely see Kyle Shanahan. That's definitely one of the big names that I'm like, that's probably on that ballot. But me personally, I'm gonna go with the best team in the league. Mike McDaniels and the Seattle Seahawks. Team was falling apart. They got rid of Pete Carroll, and he comes in a year, snatches Sam Darnold, and goes, "Yeah, we're gonna dominate everybody."
Pete Carroll's had the coach for 2 years. So.
Yeah, he's been his second year team.
He
was the Ravens
before that.
So it's the second year. But last year they weren't bad. Remember, he made it Remember, he made it with Geno Smith. They made it right outside, and then they just wasn't good.
But he didn't have a lot of the control and the planning and who they were getting for the team had to do with Pete Carroll.
He saw a lot of Pete Carroll.
He was running Pete Carroll's stuff last year, and I'm sorry, he didn't get to really be head coach until Pete Carroll left.
Pete Carroll wasn't there last year.
He was in the office.
No, I thought he was in the office the year after. He was some type of VP or something.
And then he took Geno with him and went to he was in the front office. So he basically robo-ran the team.
Okay.
And you can tell by the personnel, because that's exactly who he took with him to the Raiders. And so now that McDonald has a team by himself, they're amazing. There's no weakness on the team. Their special teams is top 5. Their offense, their defense, it's incredible.
Who you pick, Craig?
I thought Ben Johnson and the Bears.
The Bears look completely
because we were all like
Caleb was a bust.
Yeah, and then to leave the line you could tell even though the Lions still competed this year, not as good. You saw what they were missing is what the Bears had.
Yeah,
and it was phenomenal to see.
Probably the better version of Caleb. Definitely the better version of Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm. Especially the tail 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just met Ben Johnson. I mean, it was good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Liam Cohen could have made it. Also makes a good.
Liam Cohen makes a nice argument for that case.
Because
what's his name in Indy?
Why do I know? Steichen, yeah, Shane Steichen, yeah.
Because that team was very good until Daniel Jones
got hurt.
And then you bring in 40-year-old Rivers, and he comes in and starts.
And you only bring in 40-year-old Rivers because the guy you drafted 3 years ago does a rubber band exercise and messes up his socket on his eye. And like in season.
Yeah.
Like okay, it's already bad enough you lost your job.
But now you
got hurt doing a and we need you.
We need you.
And that's just man.
That's a lot. But all right, Shanahan, McDonald, and Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the 3 biggest I see. Like I said, there's a couple other you can throw the names, but I think those 3 are going to get their most votes.
Yep.
Well, we'll have to see once they go ahead and make all those announcements, and we'll see whether we're idiots towards the end of the year, or I guess the end of the week. Yeah, that'll works. But y'all go ahead and get in the comments. Let us know what you think on who's going to win what awards. Go ahead, like, comment, obviously,
share,
subscribe. Hit us on Instagram, hit us on Twitter, and we'll see y'all next time, all right?